Let's have a conversation.
Wow, I was talking on mute this whole time. I was saying happy Wednesday, everybody. And I was saying that I frequently, lately especially, forget what day, what month, what week we're in. But I know whenever I check my work schedule and I see what's on the schedule for the day, okay, this is this day, this is that day. So this is just a quick segment. It's quick now because I didn't pre announce it. So I know there's not going to be enough people on here for me to run this exactly how I want to run it. But the way that I'm going to do this is that this is mostly for those who are going to catch this on replay. I'm calling it What Would You Do? Eventually, I'll have a banner, an intro, and all that. But for now, I don't because it's something that I thought of mostly this morning. Because if you guys have seen on my community page, sometimes I just randomly ask questions. What would you do in this scenario? And the reason why is because I'm just a curious person. Like if you were put in this predicament or situation, how would you respond? I like to know people's different thought processes. You learn things that way. You learn about people, you learn about maybe you'll hear something that you didn't think of before that you might do differently if presented with that same thing again. So the scenarios are going to be pretty much anonymous, but sometimes they'll come from things I have experienced personally. Sometimes they'll come from things I've seen. Sometimes they might come from things that people tell me, but obviously I'm not going to be using names or anything like that. But for my first scenario, it is going to be something that happened to me before. What would you do in this scenario? So there was this person that I was speaking to online before some years ago, and it wasn't like I was speaking to this person with the goal of pursuing them. That wasn't specifically the goal. Was it a possibility like maybe this could happen? Maybe, but it's not like we were speaking as if we were going to date or be a couple or anything like that. So she actually suggested, hey, let's meet up and have dinner, such and such place. I know this good spot. It would be nice to meet, blah, blah, blah. To me, that's not necessarily what I consider a date. I just consider that a meetup. So there's a reason why I'm saying that. A date is different than a meetup. So for me in my mind already, because she was like, hey, it would be cool to meet up, and I don't consider this as a date in my mind, I'm not going there with the impression that I have to go there and whatever she orders, I have to pay for everything on the table. Like I pay my part that I spent, you pay your part. That's what I'm thinking. I know that some people operate differently in general, like one person has to pay or the other type thing, but I kind of feel like unless that was discussed beforehand, that's not like an expectation on my end. So I remember we went there. She got her food and stuff, and I got mine. And then the bill comes, and the waiter is kind of like, you know, where should I put the bill type of thing. So for me, like I said, I went in there saying to myself, I will pay for my part, and I assume that she's gonna pay for her part. So I looked at it, and it looked like actually we had spent about the same because we both got some kind of special and dessert, whatever. It all came out to about the same. So I was like, can we split it in half? I said to her, can we split it in half? It looks about even. And she was like, yeah, but she was visibly annoyed and upset about that, and expressed at a later time, I've never had a guy, go out with me and then expect me to pay for my meal. That's not cool, or I didn't like that. And I was like, well, this was not like some date that I asked you on. It wasn't like, hey, can we go on a date? Um, and even then, sometimes I feel like, those societal expectations can be a lot. Um, this person has to pay, like I've seen a lot of those videos, a lot of those viral videos, like if this person is not willing to spend at least this much, they're broke, this, and I would never even consider going with them, whatever. Um, I'm not into all that. I mean, I guess I am on the old school end that if I'm specifically like, will you go out with me on this date? Then I will be prepared to cover the date. I'll be prepared to cover whatever it is that we're doing. But in terms of like every single time, or if it's like, let's meet up, I don't think that it should go like that. I'm cool with alternating, or I'm cool with I pay my end or you pay your end. But basically, my question for you in that scenario, either you're her or you're me, what would you be thinking? What would you be thinking if you were me and the person says, hey, it would be cool if we hung out. I have this place that is nearby me. It's really nice, blah, blah, blah. Here's what it looks like. And then what would you be thinking if you were the person who asked me to come to that place? Would you be thinking, I'm asking him to come meet me at this place and expecting him to cover my expenses while there? So I just want to ask the crowd, address the audience, leave your answers in the comment section. And this is episode number 1. I will talk to you guys soon.